Welcome into Automotive Insiders. I'm your host, Jason Stein. Great to have you back listening with us again. In an industry where artificial intelligence has already revolutionized the factory floor, a new opportunity is emerging, one that could reshape how vehicles are marketed, sold, and experienced. According to a new analysis from AlixPartners, less than one-third of AI investment in the automotive industry is directed toward customer-facing functions, even though the commercial update is potentially massive. AI has the ability to reduce cost per lead by nearly 30%, driving more than $7 billion in savings for the world's largest automakers. That's just one benefit. From lead conversion to personalized shopping journeys, AI-powered sales engines are already delivering results. So why is scaling still so difficult? And what does it take to break out of the pilot purgatory and turn AI into a true commercial growth engine? Today, we're joined by Jonas Wagner, partner at AlixPartners, to explore where AI is creating real value, why dealers remain key to the equation, and how aligning technology with the right sales model will define the industry's next wave of winners. It's a conversation about innovation, not for the back office, but for the customer, on Automotive Insiders. Jonas, it's a pleasure to have you on the program. Thank you for joining me on Automotive Insiders.
Thank you. The pleasure on my side.
So AlixPartners just came out with an automotive brief. The striking headline is that AI could generate more than $7 billion in annual savings in automotive sales and marketing. And I think that applies some real intelligence, so to speak, to what AI is able to do. And the fact is that AI adoption has just accelerated in so many ways. Can you give us an overview on what you've put together and how it relates to the amount of savings that could be realized within the industry?
Yes, and thanks for that. Yes, we talked about the application of AI in sales and marketing, and I think we all know with the introduction of ChatGPT how it changed also our interaction with AI and what it's what's the possibility to do within marketing. Marketing and sales, there's several different pieces. The one is marketing, which is content generation and adaptation. We all know spots on TV or also social media, etc. So how it is generated, there's new technologies out there. How it is adapted, it can be infinite assets that you can produce. The second thing is you need to apply it in media channels. So AI helps you to address the right audience and the right channel for your right product. So a smarter way of advertising, so to say, so it helps you to send a personalized message across. And the third thing is marketing gets closer and closer to sales. So there's, of course, a brand building aspect that is still relevant. But when it comes to performance marketing, I have so many channels and I have so many customer steps, even especially in automotive, where you go through a buying journey, and where and how can it help you to increase conversions, help you to assist the car buyer, but also when you use it. So it can be applied across the whole customer journey. And I think the challenge at the moment is where to apply it now and how to scale it.
So as it relates to how to scale it, how to apply it now, and just sort of digging in a little bit more on that, you maintain that AI use cases across the customer journey, the highest impact is in the mid-journey phase. Describe that for me, if you don't mind.
Well, the mid-journey is always you get an audience into your sales funnel, and then you need to convert them. And in order to convert them, you need to convince them of your brand, your product, and your price relation. And you need to bring them to the closest dealer with the closest car, that matches you. So having the exactly in the middle funnel, it's about matching the right car to the person that you have in front in your channel, whether it's on your website or it's in social media. And then, send the right personalized message to A, consult them, and B, close the deal. We see people tending to do more things online. They still want to buy at the dealer. So dealer still stays at the core of car buying, but the lead process from acquisition to creating really a hot lead and transferring that to the dealer. That's where AI can help the most. And that's where you save a lot of money. And that's where the 7 billion comes into play.
You also talk about aligning with sales models. What has to happen in order for AI to become most effective?
Well, we've seen, especially in Europe, a shift into agent models, meaning the dealer doesn't own the car anymore on his P&L, it's on the P&L of the OEM. So the more you as an OEM have, let's say, the data and the obligation to sell the cars, because you have the working capital, the more you can collect the data and you can increasingly personalize the message. So depending on what is the sales model, the application, or let's say the level of where it is applied, is different. It's AI can help in both the traditional wholesale model we see in the US, and it will stay there, with the exception of Tesla, and also in Europe where we saw a shift in direct to sales. So it's just a matter of where do you apply it, and how do you do a good handover from one to the other, and also stay in contact afterwards when it's about after sales, service. That's where the money also is for a lot of the OEMs selling the parts, the maintenance, the labor work at the dealer shop.
You write in the brief that the AI promise is too large to ignore, but more fully embedding AI into marketing and sales, automakers can do more than just cut costs, they accelerate sales. So customers have access to better information, there's more support, there's more service throughout the entire relationship. That's a complete shift, isn't it, from what we've known traditionally, particularly in America, on the dealership model. But your conclusion is clear, though. Companies must move from AI being a back office efficiency lever to a commercial growth engine. That's a real mindset change, isn't it, Jonas?
Yeah, it is. I mean, if we all look how we browse today, the websites, right? We now see that we have the Google AI agents that helping us, so ChatGPT. So we don't even go to a website. If we have an information need, we get it solved there. So how is that about automotive? You get it solved into ChatGPT maybe tomorrow, the information need, if you can also, use commerce functions, and they recommend you in ChatGPT tomorrow the right brand, the right model, and even locates it to the dealer next door. This is a completely shift than browsing through websites, Google search, etc. So people will skip certain ways of the customer journey. They will directly, interact with you, and you need to be relevant in these channels. You need to build your own agents, and then you need to transfer them, because the one is you acquire a new customer and the other one is you keep one loyal. That's, I mean, the logic in marketing for many decades. But keeping them loyal means you know about his car, you know when his maintenance is ready, you know when the tire changes. So having a virtual assistant that knows you even better than a call center agent, just, picks up the phone, maybe he gets your vehicle identification number and can say, oh, this is the car you drive, but an agent can have all the information available. Your history of service, your history of personal record, the cars you have in your household. So he will be able within seconds to identify who you are, what you need, and then recommend you. So we will have a service level increase that you as an OEM have to catch up to.
As we look into the future, and there's some expected implementation timelines that you've put out, what struck me the most is that just by the end of the decade, which is obviously at this point not that far away, the prediction is that AI agents will be orchestrating complete customer journeys. There will be, and the key enabler or the constraint will be robust guardrails and regulatory clarity. Can you describe that moment in time for us?
I mean, we all know when we interact with artificial intelligence, it's about, do we trust it? Do we want to trust it with our data? We also see that in commercials, that commercials that are generated by AI and people don't know, they feel tricked. And that does not help the brand. So you need to build, and that's, I mean, within our automotive industry, it's always, trusting a brand, but it also comes to self-driving vehicles, etc. It's very important. The same appears to not only car data and software in around self-driving cars, it applies to customer data as well. So the more we apply an agent that really knows you, like I just described, like he knows everything on your household. If you if you see the value of that, that it really makes personalized messages to you, makes your life easier, that your tire change, is around the corner and it really books your appointment. Like we book travel maybe tomorrow also with ChatGPT and it recommends us the hotel, everything around it. Same thing in the car. It helps you. And for some people, it's a stress moment, to maintain the car if there's a breakdown or anything. So the more we create this into real customer experiences, the more we keep trust as the highest level of data and confidentiality, the better we can apply that. And I think it's really around the corner. But yeah, we need to comply with GDPR in Europe with all these different laws and that for sure. I think in US we have a more innovative market and maybe some legislation you see in Europe. At the end, it's the customer will make the decision whether he trusts you with his data and it is convinced by your new accelerated and better experiences.
Great. Jonas, thank you so much for shedding some light on what will be a profoundly new model within the automotive industry. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jason. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. That's this episode of Automotive Insiders. Thanks again to my guest, Jonas Wagner, partner at AlixPartners, based in Munich. We appreciate you joining us on this platform and for listening to the program. Come back again for more conversation with thoughtful leaders. I'm your host, Jason Stein. We'll see you again next time.